nothing's going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkness.
Well, welcome everybody to the CGA Reps and Friends event. We are actually live. Well, I'm not live, but we have boots on the ground at the ACF, the Atlanta Chefs Association event at East Lake Golf Club today, where they're serving hot meals to 3,500 folks who stop by. So right now, real quick, before she gets back to her executive director duties, we have Nick Barrington from the ACF kind of showing us around. Polly, can you fill us in as to what's going on here this morning?
Yep, I'm gonna flip it around. Good morning, everybody. I'm here. I'm bundled up. I'm nice and warm. We're trying to all stay covered. Everybody's got masks and gloves and sanitized and out here being healthy. You can see behind me right here. Let's see if I can get this in the shot. There is our ACF Atlanta Chefs banner. We've got lots of chefs out here. I'm going to flip my screen around so you all can see what's going on. We've got cars pulling up. We did start a little bit early because we did have a line. There's lots of stuff going on in the neighborhood, and we just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to get some free holiday hot meals. All right, so we're kind of doing this backwards because I'm on the opposite side, but we have meals already set up and bagged up. We've got cherry pies boxed up. We've got some carrot cakes. Back on this side, we've got brownies and cookies that we baked off earlier this week and have got all bagged up for y'all. And from there, our fabulous volunteers, ACF board, and chefs are putting it into cars. So we've got lots of folks out here helping out. This is Chef Lawrence.
How we doing?
Hey, Chef Lawrence. Hey, Polly, could you let us know what's in these hot meals, what everyone can expect to be taken away today?
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to pan back here. We've got all these chefs right here working hard. Just to remind everybody, they have been sanitized. Everybody's had temperature checks, so everybody's healthy. So you won't have to worry about that. I'm going to squeeze right in here with my future son-in-law with all these hot meals. So we've got turkey, and as you see that, got hot gravy. We've got carrots and macaroni and cheese. Okay, you guys are good. And I'm going to peek right in here. And these are all of our chefs preparing all of these fabulous meals as they're coming through. So,
wow, it looks amazing. I'm not sure if you guys
that gravy. If you had smell-o-vision, Corey, you'd be amazed. That gravy smells amazing.
My imagination's running wild right now, and I'm not sure if you guys can hear my stomach growl or not through the microphone. So
I can smell it. It smells wonderful.
I was gonna say we can edit the stomach growling out too, I'm sure. Polly, we know you're gonna be popping in and out throughout the telethon here today.
Yes.
But for those folks who'll be watching this on the recording, what I guess, is there something you would like them to know? I'm thinking I saw some pictures from Friday of chefs prepping for this. How many man hours went into and women hours went into the preparation for these 3,500 meals?
Well, due to our fabulous weather, I'm just kind of walk out of the way here a little bit. It being really cold earlier in the week, the East Lake team kitchen staff was able to knock out quite a bit of it. It's literally taken probably about 40 man hours to prepare all of this on the backside. They received 299 cases of products to be able to hand out today. So between turkeys, the macaroni and cheese having to be cooked, and just get everything prepared, it has been amazing. I know Chef Nick and his team, throughout the week, we had 3 to 4 additional chefs come into the East Lake kitchen to help out. And we were really, making sure that through this whole thing that we practiced, safety guidelines, normally on an event like this, we would take like 2 days. We'd have 50 people in the kitchen and just knock it all out. But due to COVID, you know, we want to make sure everybody's safe. So we went ahead and spread out all of our volunteer shifts to come into the kitchen. So that way there wasn't too many people getting in the way and, you know, spreading extra germs that didn't need to be spread. So we just made sure that everybody was super healthy throughout all of this. I mean, the last thing we want to do is have anybody get sick from coming out to an event to volunteer. So again, safety first with everything.
Well, that's good to hear. Polly, I know there are, I know you want to give a shout out to some of the sponsors and some of the folks who helped put this together. Are there any folks you want to shout out here at the beginning of this telethon?
Yes, definitely. First and foremost, Bill Ray from US Foods has ACF back. He was and has been amazing throughout the pandemic. We did grocery box giveaways early in April and May to help out the food insecurity. At that time, it wasn't necessarily called that it is now, but US Foods really stepped up with a lot of product, as well as, of course, Cisco, Gordon's, Halperns. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And then today's sponsors, of course, we do have Keller Kemp, Ashley Derrick Realty, CGA Reps, Isomatic. I'm sorry, I'm watching as traffic is coming by, making sure I don't get hit. So sorry, please don't get hit. I could feel it. I could hear the car coming, so I wanted to make sure, you know, again, safety first. Well,
we already have, you know, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. We don't need like a new Christmas take where like a ACF executive director got ran down by a Toyota.
Right. Exactly. I drive a mini, a little tiny Fiat. Here's my car right here. Let's see.
Oh, nice.
If you've had kids and you've toted them around for years and years, after becoming an empty nester, I decided that I'm getting a little car and it's just going to be me.
I like it.
You know, I praise all the soccer moms, the hockey moms out there, dance moms. You know, y'all doing a killer job, but eventually you'll get there and be like, no, I'm done.
Yeah, something that can squeeze into that compact parking spot closer to the front of the Target.
Exactly. So we're super happy. Right now, we know that we have got lots of folks that are going to be joining us shortly. We have posted out, of course, on the Giving Kitchen website, the video that we shot earlier this morning of Chef Nick welcoming everybody to the event has gone out again to have everybody come on out. We know right now that it's such a dire need with food insecurities. ACF Atlanta chefs are here. We may not be able to feed you in the fashion that we want, but we all believe that everybody deserves a hot holiday meal. Take a little bit of time to enjoy that. Sit with your family, your friends. We have a couple people that we know that we'll be delivering doorstep to a little bit later on that do have COVID. Like I said, we're going to do a couple of drop-offs just for them because we know that they would be here with us if they had the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, hey, what's the traffic look like?
Right now it's pretty quiet. Okay. We're kind of sporadic with cars, but like I said, we did start a little early because we knew that there were 3 events going on within our neighborhood. So again, just making sure that folks are coming. I do see a couple of cars off in the distance that are pulling into the parking lot.
Excellent.
So nice. It's a matter of them finishing up one event and coming down. I can see the street. We've got lots of cars going up and down the street here. So I'm sure they'll all be turning in real soon.
Well, it's Polly, we're glad to be able to support the ACF in this event. We're excited for what we're kicking off here with this telethon. We know that schedules are crazy this time of year. We especially know that for Christmas, it's sort of the perfect time for everyone to start checking out and, you know, starting the holiday early. So this telethon is going to be recorded. We are going to be raising money throughout the day today while y'all are on site. hold on. We got to get in there. Is that Chef Nick?
Hey, yes it is. How are you guys, man?
Hey,
Hey.
Chef Nick,
Thanks
you're
for all the work you guys
live
are
on the
doing.
telethon here.
Absolutely. You got to go ahead and represent the holiday colors a little bit.
We like it. So you're Santa's giant elf. You're like Buddy the elf all grown up.
Well, I figured they call me Chef Nick, so I could just modify that. And I'm Saint Chef Nick, so I'm Saint Nick. So I can just give out food.
I like it.
Yep, it's good times.
I like it. Well, we got a chance to see, Polly took us around to showed us all the chefs who are working and preparing all the hot meals. The food looks delicious. We've already talked about how we can actually smell it through the camera. From the chef's point of view, what do you want everyone to know who will be watching this later? And again, maybe what's on your heart as it relates to serving this time of year, and what people can do either from the comfort of their home or how they can help and get involved.
Well, I mean, here, let me go tell you this quick. Well, the biggest thing is just trying to give back to the community. I mean, as you can see behind me and everything, we've got cars and everything lined up to go ahead and just pick up food. So the cars are picking up food. We're trying to feed people that just are down on their luck, having a hard time this year. And as chefs, I can't go ahead and cook. I can't go ahead and fix somebody's car. I can't go ahead and work on somebody's plumbing. But what I can do as a chef is I can feed their soul and I can feed their body. So we go ahead and use what we have as connections and chefs to go ahead and get a hold of suppliers, our partners, chefs out there, our members and partners here that want to give back. And that's what we do. We're giving ahead and giving food to 3,500 meals today. So we've got enough food. We also had pastry chefs to go ahead and give out carrot cake, deep dish cherry pies, brownies, cookies. We even had a cookie supplier that loved what we were doing and decided to go ahead and donate 8 cases of gummy bears for kids. So they've got gummy bears. So, and that's kind of been like the crazy thing that people are actually asking for. They want gummy bears for their kids.
So why not?
Yeah. So anyway, we can kind of give back, and being this close to the holidays and Christmas, we want to go ahead and make sure that we could lighten the load for somebody a little bit. If they're having to choose from paying for electrical, or buying gifts for the kids or getting groceries, we could supply some meals. We can do the food side and everything. As chefs, that's what we do. We cook food and we make people happy. So we want to give back. So that's what the ACF Atlanta Chefs Association and all of our partners, CGA reps, and everybody here is trying to go ahead and do is hand out food to those in need and everything. And there's a definite need still in the community and everything with a lot of the food, isolation that people are going through right now. So yeah, we're happy to support anything we can do. And good partners like Corey is why we're able to do the things we do.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. I can say this, Chef, we're very proud of everything that you and Polly and the ACF are doing. We're proud to be partners there. We're proud to introduce to hopefully a lot of folks through this video and through this telethon what the Giving Kitchen is all about and the support that they do. We know that the Giving Kitchen is a big part of the ACF's efforts as well, and a partner program that y'all work with. And again, I hope for everyone who's watching this, those who will be joining us later today and those who will be watching this, the recorded version of this, I hope you can see that there is need in the community. I think sometimes if we don't see it, we forget that it exists, or we get busy and we get wrapped up in other things. And there's people in our community who again, to your point, are down on their luck, who have hit a rough spot. And a lot of these folks are people who, again, are our neighbors who we don't necessarily see. Again, for those who are familiar with my situation, I can remember being a child and being in these spots and relying on the charity of others. So if you are fortunate enough to give back this year, we're here helping provide you with an outlet to do so. We'll be accepting donations and pledges to the Giving Kitchen while you guys are serving, boots on the ground. Chef, to your point, you can cook. I absolutely cannot cook, so nobody would want that from me. But what I can do is talk for 3 hours. And so Anja and I are going to talk for 3 hours today. We're going to entertain, and hopefully through that entertainment, we're gonna generate some revenue to help you guys continue to do what it is that y'all do best.
Well, that's what we're trying to do is the ACF and everything. As chefs, we can feed people, but that's why we partnered up with the Giving Kitchen. The Giving Kitchen has the ability to go ahead and utilize their network to help financially. When they're down on their luck, they have that accident, they have that problem, a family emergency, they're able to dive in and really help those individuals in the hospitality industry specifically, so they can get over that hump. And it's just something that's utterly amazing. And we've never had anything like that in the industry before. It was like you know, as people, as chefs, dishwasher servers, we don't have that capability of going ahead and, you know, having a nest egg or a savings account sometimes and everything. We're living paycheck to paycheck. We're happy to do what we do in hospitality, but we don't have that nest egg. So with having the Giving Kitchen and their platform was utterly incredible. And we've decided this year to make sure that is our primary foundation that we support. We want to give back to the Giving Kitchen so the Giving Kitchen can continually give. We've had numerous members of the ACF and the Atlanta Chefs Association helped by the Giving Kitchen. So it's a perfect marriage made in heaven, to be able to give back to the association that's been given so much to us in the community. And they cover the entire state of Georgia now. So anything we can do and formulate with them is a fantastic charity to belong to. So again, like you say, Carl, anytime that we can do something like this and somebody wants to donate for the holidays to help give back, even if it's a small amount, it's a tremendous thing and everything to do to help the Giving Kitchen and their platform. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
Of course. Well, Chef, we'll let you get back to serving all that delicious looking food, and we're going to check back in with you here in a little bit, and looking forward to seeing all the great that you're doing and all the number of folks that you're serving. We look forward to seeing all those smiles, and again, we wish that we could be there on the ground with you witnessing it, but we're going to do the next best thing, which is support you from a distance.
Well, we appreciate it. We love you all. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Chef. We'll catch up with you here in a little bit.
Hey, Polly.
Hey, all right. So while we were chatting, we had several folks just come on through. Our line is pretty steady as they're coming in the parking lot. Of course, East Lake is a large parking lot, so we have plenty of capabilities, but I'm going to flip my phone around here again and just kind of show you what we got going on. Wow. Hot meals are still being served, so that's phenomenal. No, you're fine.
Wow.
And we are slowly getting ready because we know that we have just passed our 11 o'clock time frame, so we have meals ready to roll.
Nice.
That is fantastic.
So we are all ready.
Good.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off for a few minutes. I've got several pictures that I want to send you all, so that way you can get those up as you want. And we can go from there if that's all right.
No, that's fantastic. We appreciate you hopping on. We know we're going to see you again here in a little bit. If I'm correct, right, Polly? You're going to, just for those who are joining us later, we're going to have someone from the Giving Kitchen joining us, talking about what they do and kind of their role in the community. Polly, you're going to be back on here a little bit later, sharing a little bit more about the ACF for everybody. I know we're going to check back in with Chef Nick at some point, and then the big celebration at the end here around probably a couple hours in, we're going to be doing a check presentation to the Giving Kitchen and to the ACF, which we're excited about. So Polly, we'll let you get back to it. We look forward to seeing you back on here in a little bit, and look forward to hearing an update as you go along.
All right. So quick question. Where do you want me to send these pictures to? To you, to Megan, or?
How about you, if you want to shoot them over to Megan, we'll have Megan blast them out on social media live as they're going on. So we'll, everyone can view those pictures on there. Again, if you're watching this as the recording, go check out the CGA Reps social media account, or go check out the ACF Atlanta social media account to see pictures from the event. And then we'll direct folks as they pop in and say hello to check that out and post their support on there as well.
All right. Sounds great. All right.
Thanks, Polly. Take care.
All right. We'll see you in a bit.
We'll see you in a little bit. So Anja, now that it's you and I again here, I've got to ask you, right? Like, I can't wait to hear yours and James's thoughts on the Giving Kitchen and why y'all decided to publicly partner with them as well. But before we get started, I am a host of a podcast called Servings. It is a podcast designed specifically for school nutrition. I know you're familiar with it.
I am.
That is the staple of the show, of the podcast, is we have a very specific question we ask every single guest as the first question to kick it off. And so I will kick this telethon off with the same question to you, Anja. What are you currently binge watching on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and cable and Disney Plus and YouTube? What are we watching?
Well, let's see. I just finished watching season 4. Oh gosh, um, Fargo.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I just finished watching, yeah, season 4 Fargo, and then my most recent favorite was The Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
Ah, that was great. I think I binged watched that one all in. I think I did it all in one day, which I'm not a big TV watcher, so binge watching typically I feel like I'm wasting my time. But when I found something that I really really liked, I just couldn't stop watching. But yeah, what are you watching, Corey?
Well, before I answer that, I'll say this. I haven't heard anyone say a single bad word about the Queen's Gambit. Everyone keeps telling me I have to watch it. I have to watch it. I have to watch
It's
it.
great. It's great.
So I will be checking that out soon enough. So I have a very eclectic mix of what I watch. So anyone who
Oh
knows
yeah.
me knows, sports are probably at the top of the list, right? So
What
whether
kind
it's
of
college
sports?
football or golf,
Oh,
right? Like those are the big ones. But as it relates to shows, so there's a couple. So I have been on this odd, weird binge watching kick of watching Wicked Tuna, and there's two variations of it.
yeah.
There's one that happens in the
That's
Outer
a
Banks,
that's
and
the
then
fishing show, right?
that's right. I'm not an angler. I don't fish. We have people on our team at CGA who love it, who are competitive at it. Little shout out to Tyler and Turner on our team. I do not fish, but I am like weirdly hooked in watching these guys try to catch 500-pound tunas, bluefin tunas out in
Yeah.
the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And then they have a season where it's up in Gloucester, Mass, and they
Oh,
all have the very
I've been to
Southy
Gloucester.
Boston
I used to
accent.
live in Boston. Yeah.
Yeah, Gloucester, and they all got their
Gloucester.
Dunkin' cups and so I've been oddly binge watching Wicked Tuna. My wife and I are currently watching. We're on the 3rd season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, so
Okay.
just powering through that.
I,
I introduced her this year to a few other shows that had been staples in my viewing over the years, Community, and
yeah, yeah.
we had watched Parks and Rec together.
I always have to add humor to my list because it just I'm if I have a choice between, okay, so I'm not a fan of sci-fi and I'm really getting tired of the vampires and the dystopian, so I really like to liven things up with humor
Yes.
because it just makes me feel so much better. So it gives me that little endorphin of happiness.
Yeah, well, again, what I tell people, and especially with my wife, because my wife likes to watch, like, if there's a cop drama, she watches it. If there is like a murder mystery, like she's watching it, which is why I get the phone call when I'm on the road traveling that it's just like, I think I heard something. Well, no, you are watching very tense thrillers most of the time. So when I watch TV, I want to relax, and normally, so it's usually something very mindless and entertaining, and usually that involves humor and comedy. Sometimes it involves sports. Other times it may be documentaries. I'm a sucker for a good documentary as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. So my husband and I cut the cord a long time ago. So we watch, Amazon and YouTube and all that stuff. But it's funny, in addition to binge watching shows and seeing, a really great movie, we do actually a lot of research on cooking. So we are constantly watching about cooking, and also we are learning more about whiskey and scotch.
oh
So
yeah.
we're studying food and beverage, and you'd think that in our industry you and I would get tired of it, but it is something that nourishes my soul. So in addition to the cop show or the murder mystery, I've definitely got to get a dose of food and beverage.
Well, that's such a great point. You say that, Anja, and it's a great lead in. So we're here. This is actually our second CGA Reps and Friends event. Our first we hosted with a social media expert who helped walk folks through, we'll call it social media 200 level course, right? Like I think we all kind of know about the 100 level course. We know social media is important and some of those things. She helped walk us through maybe the next level stuff. And here we are with this, with the second event, trying to raise money for the Giving Kitchen. I can tell you in the events that are planned for down the line and into 2021, we're going to do just that. We're going to try to pull from our network of world famous chefs. We just saw one a few moments ago with executive chef Nick Barrington, who's the president of the ACF. We have a very close partnership and relationship with certified master chef Helmut Polzer, who many in the Atlanta area are familiar with. And I think we're going to try to coax him at some point into doing his take on a live cooking show. So we're going to step into that realm later in 2021. So for everyone watching this video, stay tuned. We're going to be trying to push the envelope a little bit as it relates to what content looks like from a rep group. And again, I think everyone's sort of zoomed out, right? So no one wants to have a PowerPoint on the screen and talk to anymore. So now it's we're in the content business. So we'll be doing some cooking shows ourselves. And Anja, we may have to have you come on here and tell us about bourbon and scotch and whiskey and.
Well, actually, so I like to bake. That's my niche. But so I like to bake cakes, layered cakes, and so forth. But scotch on the side, whiskey on the side. Maybe we'll have the fireside chat with Manhattan.
That's right. I can't think of a better way to maybe welcome back everyday life than to have a fireside chat with a nice drink. So it's as we talk about binge watching shows, I obviously we're in the holiday season. There's no shortage of holiday shows and Christmas shows. Anja, do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
You know what? So the top 3 for me are definitely The Christmas Story. Definitely The Christmas Story is up there. And Elf would probably be up there, and the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So those are really my favorite. But I have to tell you, my favorite traditional family memory of Christmas actually is my family every year watches together. Now, most we have to watch it via Zoom, but we'll text each other when we're watching it, is Little Women, and the Little Women version with Winona Ryder and Susan Sarandon. Yeah. And so we used to, when we could get together, all gather around and blankets and comfy clothes and watch Little Woman together. But I haven't watched it this year, so I'm waiting a few days. But then I'll call my family and say, hey, watching the show. So yes, what about you?
Well, so I will answer that question. Before I do, I want to give a quick shout out and reminder. We're here raising money for the Giving Kitchen. We're taking pledges, donations. So you may be watching this video as the recording. The Giving Kitchen will take your donation all throughout the year. What we do is raise money via this event. And we will keep this open through December 31st with the plans of doing a little video and a little live video early in January where we're able to announce the final tally and make a donation on behalf for supporting that. So please reach out to us, reach out to myself, reach out to Anja. We'll be happy to take that pledge and tell you where to send the donation to, track that, and present that as a collective group.
It doesn't have to be that much money. It could be $5. It could be $10. It doesn't have to be much. Every little bit counts, and your contribution and our contributions add up together. And the biggest thing that just warms my heart is by all of us contributing, you could keep somebody in their home for one more month. Yep. You could, keep their utilities on. So it's a real easy thing to help. It doesn't have to be in a big way, but it means so much.
Yeah, Anja, to that point, the Giving Kitchen helps folks from within our own community, within our own industry. And so we're talking servers, we're talking, as Chef Nick pointed out, line cooks and dishwashers
and especially during this season that we're in. I mean, last night I ordered Uber Eats. Uber Eats, so the people who made my food last night, I'm supporting them, but through the Giving Kitchen supports them. Should something, happen to them in their life, or a situation pops up, So, when you order that, that Uber Eats or Grubhub or DoorDash delivery, you're helping, help keep that business alive. But think about the people that actually are preparing your food.
Yep.
They're in this industry too, and they need assistance every now and then.
Yep. And again, we haven't been able to eat out like we normally would this year, right? Like we're not dining out. So you have extra money set aside that you would normally have tipped people. You have it.
Yes.
And if you have it, give it to the Giving Kitchen. If you're looking for places to give it to, the Giving Kitchen is a very worthy cause. They're gonna make your money go a long way with supporting those people from within inside our industry. They do great work.
This is not Starbucks, but if it were, the Starbucks money could go to the Giving Kitchen.
That's exactly right. Like y'all are looking, I haven't gotten my haircut since January. So I've been saving a fortune on haircut costs. That money is being redirected, unfortunately, from my hairstylist to the Giving Kitchen. So please, it doesn't have to be much. $5 goes a long way. The gesture means a lot. If you have more to give, again, I would encourage you. This is an endorsement from myself, from Anja, from the ACF. The Giving Kitchen is a worthy cause. Feel comfortable making that donation there. We'd love for you for it to be part of this event. We'd love to be able to track that and show our industry giving back to our industry. So please, if you're watching this on the recording, we have until December 31st. The Giving Kitchen will take your money all year long. Don't let that deadline stop you from doing it. But as it relates to our event, December 31st is the deadline. Send us a note. Anja, what's your email address?
My email address is ANJAK, Anja K, at CamachoUSA.com. That's CAMACHO all one word, .com.
Perfect. And then mine, C as in Corey, Ferger as in my last name, F as in Frank, ER, G as in green, ER. G as in green is in the color of money and the money you're going to donate to the Giving Kitchen. So it's C Ferger at CGA Reps. C as in Corey, G as in green, A as in Apple, Reps, RE, P as in Paul, S as in Sam.com. Again, feel free to shoot either of us an email. I have to imagine if you're watching this video, you know how to get a hold of either one of us. But if you don't, there's our contact information. Send us an email. Let us know how much you'd like to pledge. We'll let you know where to send that money to and how to get that money in the hands of those who need it most.
And here's the bonus. You don't have to wrap this gift.
Oh,
done.
And it'll be going to a, I'm going to mess up the letters, aren't I? C35.
Hold on.
You can write it off on your taxes. Maybe that's the better way to say it.
There you go.
So again, you're running out of time at the end of the year to get that taxable income down. You're trying to figure out how to save some money. Heck, this just may be a good investment on a selfish route. So again, don't hesitate to give. If you can do it, this is a great place to do it or give it to. So we're here for that. Anja, you asked me my favorite holiday movie.
Yes.
So I have a couple that I have to answer. So my personal favorite is A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, of course.
I watch it every year. I watch it as we put up the Christmas tree. It's become a tradition of ours. My wife and I. She rolls her eyes at it. I can recite every line in that movie to a T. It just connects with me. It speaks to me. I think some years more than others, but with Charlie Brown trying to wrap his head around the meaning of Christmas and the commercialization and just being an overall blockhead, I can relate to the story. So I really enjoy Charlie Brown Christmas. You mentioned National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We watched that just the other night. That is a staple in our house.
Yeah,
the Griswold family Christmas,
of course.
Again, it's perfect. I love Buddy the Elf. We made reference of it earlier already. Elf is just Will Ferrell at his finest in a Christmas setting. But the big Christmas tradition in our home, it's my wife's favorite Christmas movie. Before we moved down to Metro Atlanta from the Chicago area, which is, for those of you who don't know where I'm from, we would go every year and visit the Home Alone house.
Oh, I didn't realize it was in Chicago. I remember
Yes.
seeing pictures of it.
Yep, it's in Winnetka, Illinois, northern suburb of Chicago. We lived a good 20 minutes from there, and we would make the pilgrimage every year. Some years it would be the slow drive-by creep and take the picture. Other years we'd park up the road and walk and take pictures out in front of it. So again, you can
Does
find
somebody
me.
live there, or is it a museum
They
now?
do. No, someone lives there.
Oh, I feel bad for those people.
Yeah, I don't. Um,
Well, they
they
chose to live there.
they don't like all the. My understanding is they don't like all the visitors and looky loos who come by and take pictures. However, if you buy the Home Alone house,
Duh.
you have to be prepared for that. So we watch Home Alone at least once every year. It is it's funny how cheesy it is, how bad it is when you think about just how terrible the parenting is and how simple. Like the movie should be 3 minutes long. Doesn't matter. It's a staple. John Candy like making the guest appearance later in the movie as the polka king of Racine is just perfect. Like it's just it hits all the right notes. So I think I would. Well, Charlie Brown's my favorite. I think the collective votes and my wife and I in our house would probably be Home Alone.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So it's but yeah, there's no shortage of Christmas movies. I know on Netflix there's at least like 47,000 of them right now because
there's tons. So absolutely. It's I have so it's funny. So we have a fireplace, gas fireplace, and for some reason it's decided not to work. It like turns on for 1 minute and then shuts off. So anyhow, the other day when I was cooking in the kitchen, I turned on the YouTube fireside picture.
Yeah.
So I had the crackling fire going and traditional Christmas music playing as I was baking cookies.
That's awesome.
So that's the nice thing about having, YouTube and pop up the fireplace when it's
That's
not.
it. Yeah, you can have a fake fireplace if you want. You can.
Do you have any collections that you or your wife put up every year? Or any special decoration?
Yeah, yes, that's such a great question. So we have a nativity scene, and I couldn't even begin to tell you the collectible name of it. I'm sure it's something that people are familiar with. I see them when we used to be able to go to stores, I would see them at stores. They're little, I don't think they're porcelain, but like maybe like wood carved little figures, but it started as a wedding gift. And then every year, I think someone gets us an additional piece.
Nice.
So that goes up. If Joanna Gaines puts out a Christmas item, it's in our house. So just know when you buy Metro shelving from CGA reps, just know that some of that money goes to help supporting the Gaines family in Waco, Texas. So we have a lot of Magnolia in our house. We have a lot of Crate and Barrel items. Being from Chicago, we very much have the Crate and Barrel support there. We have ornaments. One of the things we like to do, I used to travel much more frequently professionally. And so when I would travel, I'd get ornaments, or when my wife and I travel places on vacation, we'll get ornaments. So we have a lot of sentimental ornaments from places. I got yelled at this year because it appears that my Masters tournament ornament that I get every year, I'm getting too many of them. So that's a humble brag that I've been to quite a few Masters tournaments, but it's also not all of them are going up on the tree next year, I've been told.
Well, then you need to have a special tree just for your Masters tournament.
I love that that's a problem I have to have. Anja, how about yourself? Any special collections or things that go out this time of year?
Yeah, so I have a Santa Claus collection. So a variety of Santa Clauses in different sizes, and not all of them get put out every year just because there are, in my thought is that there's too many. But this year I was a little bummed out because a couple of my Santas broke. So I have some pretty large ones, and they were, I guess, underneath them, some of their clothing, the plastic or whatever that forms their body type of thing. Apparently they got knocked off at the knees, so they don't stand up. So So those had to go be wrapped up, and they can go to Santa Claus, or maybe they can go back to, you know, the North Pole to get fixed. So
There you go.
but I do have a favorite ornament. So it actually ties in very much to this, you know, to the Giving Kitchen. It's not Giving Kitchen related. It is a little ornament of a blue stock pot. And I was given it by one of the kids I was teaching Sunday school to years and years and years ago. And what was really neat is his parents, he was, so I taught 3 and 4-year-olds, and that's my favorite age group. And they had said to their children that year that, you know, they could buy Christmas gifts. And so they threw down Monopoly money or whatever, and they said, choose the amount, and that's what we're going to donate. So that was great. And they also had like pictures. And so the parents were going to donate, you know, the financial part of it, and the small child, the 3 or 4-year-old, could choose pictures. So he gave me a blue stock pot. So it's a little ornament that hangs on my tree, and it just means so much to me because he wanted to be able to give something that I like, but also he was saying that he was helping feed another family. So I think that ties in pretty great with what we do today is, you know, our organizations are trying to help, you know, that food service worker make it through tough times. I mean, can you imagine, like, we're very fortunate to be able to have a roof over our house, but and you and I are both healthy right now. But you know, the moment you get a illness or something happens to you, so the Giving Kitchen really can help with that. And so that ornament reminds me of this.
No, I think that's fantastic, and thank you for sharing that, Anja. We again, it's it brings up so many emotions kind of when you share stuff like that, right? Like, so when you speak about when things happen, for those of you who don't know my story, my wife was diagnosed with cancer September of last year, and if it wasn't for the support of family and friends and the assistance of family and friends, I'm not sure how we would have gotten through it. Now we're on the backside of it. We have a success story that we can tell of my wife beating cancer and being a survivor, again, of a very rare and destructive form of cancer. But again, it was due to the support of those around us. And there's many folks who don't have those same opportunities, who don't have the ability to have friends and family who can support and assist and provide financial assistance and travel costs and different things. And that's where the Giving Kitchen steps in. And again, so I can speak to what it's like to have a phone call change the course of your life, or have, an illness, or just something that's not planned or not wanted.
Or you don't even know that you need to ask for it.
Destroy a lot of things, right? So it's it's one of those things where the Giving Kitchen really, really is such a great organization for the role that they play and the gap that they fill, where they're able to step in and if it's preventing homelessness, right? Anja, to your point earlier, keeping someone in their home one more month. If it's providing food or emergency relief, they do all of that. And if you're in need, if you're in assistance, if you know someone who needs assistance, please check out the Giving Kitchen's website. I want to make sure I get this right. It is, we will have it linked everywhere, but it is thegivingkitchen.org.
Yes.
So it's exactly how it sounds, thegivingkitchen.org. So check that out. Pass that link along to someone who may need support this time of year. If someone, in the food service industry comes down with an illness, comes down with COVID, they've been doing a lot of work in supporting those who can't work. So,
and some of the questions that might come up while we're doing this today is, is it just in the state of Georgia, or is it in other places? Well, the good news is the Giving Kitchen has started in Georgia, and it is now serving all of Georgia. They are working at expanding to other states. And so by donating today, you can help them achieve that goal, because, especially working with the ACF, I mean, chefs aren't just here in Georgia, they're everywhere. So food service workers are everywhere, and we want to be able to grow and help Giving Kitchen to be able to help those organizations as well as the people that we count on every single day.
Yeah, no, again, perfectly said, Anja. Now, to what you were saying about your favorite ornament. So one of our, and I say it was a former tradition because obviously because my wife's health last year, we had a different spin on it. Because of the COVID situation this year, we've taken a different approach with it. One of the things that we started doing when we first started dating, actually, before we even got married, is we would go every year and we'd go shopping for a toy or a gift. And the purpose would be, we would pick out the toy or gift that we thought the child version of the other person would like. So one year my wife got a little baseball glove, and I got her like a princess tiara and like wand, right? And then what we do is once we exchange that gift with one another, we then go and donate it in the packaging to Toys for Tots. So it's a fun way to be able to have some fun with giving. Now, obviously last year, with her going through chemo, we were unable to do that. So we did a virtual version of it where we did it online.
I love
and
it.
then when they got delivered, we donated them for Toys for Tots. And this year we actually went a different route with our giving. But hopefully next year we'll get back into that, because that's a lot of fun. And so that's a fun way of doing things. Again, it's there's a number of ways that you can give and support and get involved. The Giving Kitchen doesn't have to be the only one, but it's one that we endorse and we support. So again,
there are so many places you can donate this year, and we know that, and the Giving Kitchen knows that. So if you choose this one, we hope you do. But it's also because it doesn't require a lot of money. It's something that you can do in addition to your other favorite charity, and maybe someday this will become your favorite charity.
Yeah, well said. So, Anja, I got to ask, so we talked about favorite Christmas movie. Favorite Christmas song?
Oh, well, let's see. Gosh, I don't know. Favorite Christmas song. So I was just having this conversation with my husband the other day. So when you hear, or when you look up, your playlists or whatever, I have a hard time, and I think it's just because I'm getting old. So I have a hard time, looking at Ariana, nothing against Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber or anything like that, but when I look up and hear them singing traditional Christmas music, and I'm like, no, that's not traditional. That's not traditional at all. So I'm an old soul, and so I have to go for like the Bing Crosby, all that. But my favorite pop song is Mariah Carey from the movie, and I'm totally blanking out right now. What is it? All I Want for Christmas, or no, not that one. Yeah. Not dancing.
Yeah, I feel like that tends to be a lot of people's favorite Christmas song.
Well, it's
I
the
think
movie.
She's done quite well with that.
It's more so the movie than the song. So
Gotcha.
I watch that movie actually every year with my mom. So I can't believe I didn't say that was my favorite Christmas movie, but yeah. So Love Actually. So I just. But when you hear that song in that movie, just so every time I hear it, it makes me happy, makes me dance. What about you?
Well, again, I kind of go all over the place. I feel like it changes every year, right? Like it just kind of depends on the mood of the season, right? Like Happy Christmas by John Lennon, like it always kind of, you hear it and you're just like, okay, it's Christmas season. But and this is cheating a little bit because it's not what I think most people would typically determine as a Christmas song, but
This always reminds me of Charlie Brown, which is your favorite movie.
Yeah, so it's the part of, so it's in Home Alone, so like that's the connection to Christmas.
Oh, that's it. Isn't that Charlie Brown too?
No, so Charlie Brown, so that's, again, as we go to like the Rolodex of what my favorite Christmas songs are, you know, each year. This always.
Hey, Chef Nick. Hey, Chef.
Hey, guys.
So,
Hey, Chef, we're just going through our favorite Christmas songs, so perfect timing. Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Favorite Christmas songs. Actually, I was watching the Garth Brooks one special last night. That was really good.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good little listing of some fun Christmas songs. So
Okay.
he didn't do just country. He did a little bit of everything. So it was kind of, you know, Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks. You can't go too bad and everything on the holidays with that.
Yeah.
No.
Good.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so it's
I get a feeling if we asked 100 people their favorite Christmas songs, we might get 90 different answers.
Oh yeah. Look, I even got the Atlanta Police Department coming by.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Great.
They're going through the line. You know, we're
That's
feeding the police officers too. You know, you got to feed those that take care of us. So
That's fantastic. So Chef Nick, since we have you, we know your time's limited given, you know, you serving 3,500 meals today. Maybe you could share your thoughts and your comments as far as, obviously we're seeing you in this moment on December 21st serving these meals, but this isn't the only time throughout the year the ACF, their charitable arm, is basically in action. Could you maybe share a little bit around what the ACF is able to do throughout the year as it relates to supporting communities?
no, absolutely. ACF and everything in the community is basically an outreach and everything for just not only our members, but other associations also. We help students, we help chefs, we help servers. But at the exact same time, we kind of take the same mantra that the Giving Kitchen does. I love their mantra. They say they clock in when you can't. So if you can't clock in, we do. So as chefs, we try to step up and help those in need, no matter where it's at, what's going on. We help them in individuals for students through their careers, helping them to start their careers, helping them open restaurants, find location, get mentors. So all those aspects of what we do and everything in the industry is dynamic. We try to go ahead and make sure that everything that we engage with, everything makes a difference in that individual's life, from, you know, being a student, getting a job, opening your own restaurant, becoming a mentor. So literally, I like how Eastlake's motto is cradle to college. Well, being a chef, we want to give a foundation of literally from your start of your career to your end of your career. When you started a career, you need that mentorship, you need that help as a chef. Well, then as you go a little bit further, you need to go ahead and transition into giving back. So we try to go ahead and teach those chefs and everything. As a chef, you need to give back. I know that we cook food and we serve a lot of people, and that's our job and what we love to do. But as a chef, you need to learn how to also give back to those that you don't serve. There's so many out there that we go ahead and we never have access to. Maybe you're working at a country club or a hotel or a high-end restaurant, but there's others out there that could benefit from your ability of cooking, your ability to go ahead and make a meal, and your ability to save food and everything that maybe would go to waste. But you go ahead and take that food and transition it into something else, everything, you know? So that's what we do as chefs. And we're here to support basically any type of foundation that helps give back and everything. We partner with companies like US Foods, Cisco, GFI, and everything, you know, Buckhead Meat, Halperins, all those platforms to go ahead and make sure that all of their initiatives that they do in the community, we can support as chefs. We support them, everything as chefs. We buy their products and we sell it to our customers. But all of those companies and all of our partners have initiatives that we want to go ahead and continue to, you know, help along the way. We've got, you know, we're 300 plus members just in the Atlanta city of Atlanta alone. In the state of Georgia and everything, we've got an additional 500 plus members. Now, those are just initial members. We have, on top of that, hundreds and hundreds of students that we go ahead and participate in everything the ACF does. So we're looking to go ahead and just spread the love, spread the knowledge of what we do as chefs, how we do things, and how to give back properly. If you don't give back and everything, you're missing a part of being a chef and everything.
Jeff, let me ask you this. So I think it's a no-brainer. If you are a chef or in the culinary side of the industry, you need to be a member of the ACF. That is just, there's so many,
Yeah, I mean,
so many wonderful benefits there, right?
Yeah, we went ahead and, I mean, the ACF's national tagline, like it says, is, you know, they are the source for anything and everything culinary, you know, for the excellence of culinary and education. You know, I kind of took that mantra and I've increased it in the city of Atlanta. Since we are a city of giving back, we want to go ahead and take that and move it even further. So yeah, if you're a chef, you're in the industry as a chef, you're in the industry as a cook, you want to grow and become better at what you do, even if you're already a seasoned professional, you need to be a partner of the ACF and everything so that you can go ahead and network. You learn to go ahead and give back. You learn who to go ahead and partner with. Who do you go ahead and go for when you need equipment? Who do you go to when you need supplies? Everything. With the ACF, we vet all those companies and we only deal with the best companies that there are. So if we put our backing behind them, you know, as a professional, that's who you go to.
Yeah.
You know, if we're going to do something in the neighborhood, you know, it's an event that you want to support.
Yeah. Which is a great lead into my next question, which is, if you're an industry member, right? Like if you're on my side of the equation and you're looking at the ACF going, what is the ACF? You know, is that something we should be a part of? What would be your elevator speech to someone on the industry side as to why they should be partnering with the ACF?
Yeah, that's probably the biggest missing link, I think, with people, is they think you have to be a chef to be a partner. We have associate members that are, you know, they are sales reps. They are equipment manufacturer reps. They are in every aspect of the company. So if you don't go ahead and have access on a continual basis to professionals like myself that need that knowledge and need that capability, you're missing out. So it's not only everything an availability to reach a customer base, it's an availability to be able to add your expertise to chefs and everything like myself. We need that availability. We need that ability to get more information from somebody that knows better. You know, like recently, like Corey knows, I just had Corey's partner come out and help me with selecting equipment for my club. You know, I'm not a, professional, at picking out the exact right equipment. What's the newest model? What's the newest technology that's out there? I rely on my partners and people to go ahead and give me their expertise. So that's who we do. We even have a company that's a member with us and everything, Atlanta Equipment Company, who is a partner with us that repairs equipment, that supplies equipment. So as a member, that company is the company that we recommend to go ahead and get if we need something repaired. And that's a huge plus and everything for our members and for our partners. So Corey, you're hugely right. It's not just for cooks or chefs and everything. The Atlanta Culinary, Federation for chefs here is, it is a chef driven association, but it's also an association for people to belong to. They're in the industry.
Yeah. Chef, I'll say this, it works both ways. It's been, deeply beneficial for me and for CGA reps to be a partner with the ACF. We've learned so much. We've been able to have access to some of the most influential people within the culinary world, and Georgia through that. But I want to make this very clear. If you're a competitor of mine and you're watching this video, you don't want to be a part of the ACF. Just go do something else. Stay away. No.
Exactly. Too late. Too late. I think they're already partners already. So
I was just going to say, I think the cat's out of the bag there, but I'll say this for everybody watching, for anyone who doesn't know, if you are in the food service industry and you're not partnering and supporting and working with the ACF, you're missing out. You're missing out on a lot of.
The old days used to be when you, as a rep or supplier, you went to food shows. You tried to access the chefs that you wanted to sell your products to or supplies and everything. You went to National Restaurant Show. You went to equipment rep shows and everything. Well, nowadays and everything, especially now with the pandemic, you can't do that. So how do you access those chefs and those products and availabilities? Now you're able to go ahead and partner with an association like ourselves that has direct access and everything, that shares your products and your services on our social media platform. So our members benefit from that. And they know that, hey, this association gets me in front of all of the people that I'm trying to reach out to.
Yeah.
So it's just a massive benefit and everything for both our members and everything, and for that. So yeah.
For the folks on the industry side, watching this recording, I just want you guys to know, the ACF has my full endorsement. I know budgets are going to be tight next year. Everyone's looking at how they're going to spend money differently. I can tell you the best value in the culinary world is supporting the ACF. For everything that you put into it, from a dollar amount, you will get back tenfold from the experience, from the insight, from the access. Even if all you want is for the purpose of networking and selling things, you will get your money back. If you're looking for things more deep or on a deeper level as it relates to connecting with good folks and learning more about the industry, you'll get it back in spades. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're only going to grow. I can tell you right now, we're going to get bigger and a lot more access to a lot of other things. So yeah, be prepared.
Yes.
It's going to get pretty big.
And again, feeding 3,500 people hot meals on a Monday morning is very representative of that as well. So,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Chef Nick, let me ask you this: Is there anything for those folks who are watching from home that you want them to know about the efforts that are happening here on the grounds at Eastlake today?
No, actually, I mean, we're doing really good. Currently, we're prepared to send out 3,500 meals. We're currently at just under 1,000 handed out as we speak. So we're moving forward quite well, which is happy for us to be able to go ahead and just service those people. It's amazing to see the faces and the happiness of everybody coming through the lines to go ahead and pick up food. We're just taking care of children, families. And again, I think the funniest part is everything. And the happiest thing that I see is people getting gummy bears. I don't know what it is. Gummy bears.
Gummy bears make people happy.
Yeah, exactly. I got to put that on my buffet for the holidays next year. I don't know if the members would get as happy as the kids, but it's working really well.
I ate gummy bears yesterday.
See, I'm doing macaroons and everything. I got to switch from macaroons to gummy bears. My pastry chef would be a lot happier.
Yeah.
A lot easier to do the gummy bears. But yeah, no, we're doing, like I said, handing out the meals and doing what we're doing here at Eastlake is just fantastic. Eastlake's platform is giving back to the community. We're a nonprofit corporate club. So again, we do the tour championship here for the PGA, and everything we do here goes back to the Eastlake Foundation. So our motto is what we've been able to do here is, giving back to the community. And that's what we're doing today. So I have my team out here of chefs. I've got my volunteers here from the ACF and my board of directors, and a lot of the volunteers from the neighborhood, neighboring restaurants. And it's just been a huge blessing. So it's fun to go ahead and do. It's a good platform to do, and hopefully we can continue doing this stuff and everything as long as there's a need. Yeah,
well, Chef, that's a great segue for an opportunity to share what we've been talking about on here, Anja and I. Again, we're raising money through the telethon here today. The Giving Kitchen. The Giving Kitchen will take your money throughout the year. To participate in this event, we're going to have the deadline run through the 31st. We're going to, it's food service industry, helping food service industry. So if you want to have your money counted in this group donation as a show of support, get a hold of Anja or myself. You can also reach out to Chef Nick or Polly with the ACF. We'll link that contact information to this video as well. But again, it doesn't have to be much. It can be $5. It can be $10. It can be whatever you feel.
And the food and the help that you guys give is just tremendous to the Giving Kitchen. This year with the pandemic has been just so dynamic. The amount of needs from COVID has just been overwhelming. Thank goodness with all of our partners and people that have helped out for the Giving Kitchen this year, from sports athletes to corporate companies and partners. The Giving Kitchen has been able to go ahead and supply for all those needs this year, which is utterly incredible. I give all the credit in the world to the staff and the team at the Giving Kitchen and what they do. So any and all donations, everything are highly appreciated and everything. Again, we want to go ahead and support that platform as much as we can.
Yeah, no, it's very well said. It's been echoed on here by Anja and myself, and we'll continue to echo the praises of the Giving Kitchen. And then to that extent, the ACF's desire to support and partner with the Giving Kitchen. We are truly, we take a lot of pride in being partners with the ACF because of the partnerships that y'all find valuable and the efforts that you go through to supporting those partners. We feel moved and inspired to support you as a partner in that process. So I know that's a mouthful and a long way of saying we're proud of what you're doing, Chef.
Well, I appreciate it, guys, and everything, and keep doing what you guys are doing and everything, and I'll log back in again real soon.
Yeah, and just as a reminder for everyone, we're going to have James Camacho on here in a little bit, I believe. I think we're going to have someone from the Giving Kitchen or someone from the Giving Kitchen on here. But Chef Nick, we'll let you get back to serving food, and we'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
So it's great to see Chef Nick pop in. I know he's been busy for the last 4 days preparing.
Just about,
Yeah. Nope, we lost him again there. So I know he's going to pop his head back in later. Polly's going to join us again later. We're going to have someone from the Giving Kitchen. I believe we're going to have James Camacho popping in, telling us about Camacho's support and partnership with the Giving Kitchen. Before we get into that, so we've gone an hour and some change into this video, Anja, and you and I haven't talked about anything really industry related yet. So we have a lot of expertise and insight on this call right now, and then we have me. So I gotta ask, what do you see as maybe your favorite trends on the horizon in food service on maybe the equipment side? What are things that you're excited about in 2021 or that you're looking to see the industry shift and pivot into?
Well, there's a lot of directions in which people can go. I think some of the trends that we're going to be seeing is more of the food pickup lockers.
Of course.
I think that is going to be something that is going to be integrated into restaurants. I'm kind of curious as to how that's going to.
So for those people who don't know what Anja's speaking about, I'll add a little bit of insight because of what Metro has been doing with that. There's actually I would say it's a pilot, but I think they're past that stage at this point. And I won't give the name away on here, but there's a major university that plays football in the SEC who's piloting a program on campus with the heated lockers that you're specifically talking about.
There you go.
And again, because I'll alienate half of the people by saying who it is, and half of you will be very prideful. I won't say who it is, but I love the concept of it. It builds on the takeaway model, which those habits are being formed during this COVID season, this pandemic, of the value of being able to take away, and Metro's been able to step in and create a concept that helps support those habits, but also not only protect, but preserve the integrity of the food in the process. So for those of you who don't know, maybe think what like an Amazon locker at Whole Foods might be like, except heated and the ability to take warm food away.
Exactly. Warm or cold food.
Or cold.
Or
sure.
cold. So I think so there's a couple of things. So the first thing I wanted to say was there's a couple of pieces of equipment out there that show where your herbs and maybe bib lettuce are being grown. So I think people will want to see where their products are locally sourced, and you could, use equipment that grows it right there. The thing is right now that, so I'm not mentioning any names, but they don't currently have one that's visible for out in the restaurant or for the customers to see, but I think eventually they'll get that way, because I think people are really curious as to where their food is coming from. So whether it be rooftop gardens and so forth, you've got the Beyond Meat products and so forth, but people are really curious as to where their food's coming from.
Yeah.
So I think that's one avenue. But what I was going to say, I just forgot now. The other one is, I think we're going to go back to open kitchens, because I think people are really going to be craving to see people. So it's not just going to be the dining experience anymore. But it's going to be, they're going to want to see the kitchen because it's going to help for those people who are concerned about food safety. So whether it's being able to see the food service worker in the back wash their hands, or whether just being able to see action and motion and congestion and traffic and loud noises and flames firing up off the charbroiler, that type of thing. So I think people are going to be really craving the idea of being able to see people. So I think open kitchens. But those are my top three.
No, I like where your head's at. I couldn't agree more. Again, I agree with all that. I especially agree with the shift that we're going to see in dining habits, right? So we're seeing people understand that takeaway is important, obviously during a pandemic, but what the habits that led to the shift in, as far as dining in and drive-throughs, we're seeing that same sort of habit construction happening now with takeaway. And so I think those folks who can pivot to that quicker, and that's not to say people won't come back to the restaurants, because I believe that will happen. It's just the habits are going to be different. I think utilizing those spaces and those resources to help are only going to drive revenue and drive the differentiation between competitive restaurants and options, right? I also believe in the open kitchen model. I think we see on our end a lot of manufacturers who are stepping into that as well. And again, I mentioned Metro earlier, but again, with shelving being a big portion of what happens in a kitchen, having shelving that goes beyond just your typical green wire, right, into something that's a little bit more designer. We have those options available.
And micro.
Oh yeah, now you're speaking my language here when we start talking about sort of the sanitization aspects and the microbial prevention that comes with like microbrand that comes on Metro. Like again, everything around sanitization. I think the beautiful silver lining of this pandemic is the importance that we've put back on food safety. And again, I don't mean to offend anyone when I say this, so please, if this hits too close to home, don't take offense, just maybe step back a little bit. But I think sanitization in restaurants and food service has always been more of a for show aspect, for the theater of it. Think wiping down a table between customers, right? Like it's just, what are we really doing if we spray something on a table and hurry up, wipe it down, and then sit somebody there, right? That those behaviors have now shifted to what's actually going to prevent the spread of bacteria or prevent the spread of illness and disease. And so I love seeing anything around increased.
Well, and I think to your point of, anybody who's watching this who might be a competitor of yours, we all offer really great products, and the ability of working with a rep like you or with a food service consultant like me is we are able to really truly listen to what the customer needs and wants are, and we can direct you in the right direction that suits your needs and your budget. So we have a lot of great reps that we work with. Corey, you're great. So we have a lot of great reps that we work with that offer really great brands and products.
No, Anja, very well said. Again, I'm very much biased to the manufacturers we represent. They make a lot of great products, but I also know that there are a lot of really good manufacturers out there. There's a lot of really good folks within our industry. What might be the most perfect and ideal solution for one may not be what fits for somebody else. And so we realize that as an industry. One of the beautiful things about working with hopefully someone like myself, and I like to believe maybe this is a differentiator, that I have no problems telling you if my product's not the best fit for you, right? Like, and that's the benefit of working with a Camacho as well. And someone like Anja is they're able to help steer you in the best direction where there's not a bias. And it's just a recommendation or an endorsement of what they trust and respect. And again, I like to believe that there are other folks in my side of the industry who have no problems being honest. And oftentimes what I have to sell you or what I'd like to sell you isn't the best solution. And I have no problem saying that as well. Anja, one of the things that I think is going to be huge, and again, it will, how can I say this in a polite way? I think it will help fix some of the issues that we've seen historically with this, but I believe we're going to see a shift and a pivot into ventless heat recovery systems and dish machines.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We've been filling up landfills at a rapid pace this year with the individually wrapped and the disposable, again, because of the sheer nature of what we've had to do to sort of survive and get through this. But I think we're going to see a very hard and abrupt pivot into sustainability again.
Yeah.
And then ventless heat recovery systems. Yeah, with being able to have high temp sanitization and to be able to do so with less energy, less water. If you, again, the benefits of not needing a hood, because instead of venting out all that steam, you're able to repurpose it. You're now saving money on, you know, any sort of labor or construction of needing to put in a vent or a hood system. So I see ventless heat recovery systems being a big thing in 2021. Obviously, I'm a bit biased as I speak about Champion and the technologies that they have. But again, I see that being a trend on the horizon. And again,
I think yeah, sustainability is going to be huge. You know, yes, we've done what we can to get by, and I think for those that well, no, let me back up and say it. I think this time has taught us all a lot of things for us to focus on and think about. And for some people, they're going to still want to remain at a distance, and that's fine. But I think what has been really interesting is yes, we have to-go containers and we have silverware and you have plastic this and plastic that. But I think we're going to start to see a lot of advancement in to-go-ware. Is it going to be plastic? Is it going to be made out of biodegradable? So I think during this time period, we've been given several different challenges, and it's up to us to come up and figure out some solutions and suggestions. So, yeah.
So Anja, that's a good lead in. If you wouldn't mind, for the five people on this planet who don't know about Camacho and Associates, what is it that Camacho and Associates do for food service industry personnel and for the industry as a whole?
What does Camacho do for?
Yeah, what role does Camacho and Associates play in food service?
So what we do as food service consultants is we provide the expertise and knowledge to be able to assist the chef or the food service manager on how to plan and lay out their kitchen, their commercial kitchen, that is. So we really start with somebody's menu and take a look at what direction we need to go in. For someone to say that they just want a restaurant, that's a little bit too broad. So we'll start asking questions and be able to say, well, you know, what type? Are you going to be cooking French fries and chicken fingers, or are you cooking steaks and lobsters or fish? So we will be able to go through their menu and ask them different questions. Sometimes we also have a questionnaire if they don't really know where to begin. But we basically take a look at sustainability, energy efficiency. We look at budget, but we also take a look at, as you know, as Corey is one of our reps and offers many different products. We will take a look at, let's say, a dishwasher, for instance, and we will take a look at which dishwasher. Hey, Chef. How are you, Polly?
Hey, how is everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, we're checking back in. I know you talked to Chef Nick just a little bit ago.
We did.
So Polly, before one of the questions that we asked Chef Nick, and one of the ones that we've been debating on here earlier today, is favorite Christmas movie. What is Polly Barrington's favorite Christmas movie?
Oh no, it's Die Hard.
So Polly may have just ended the whole debate of is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not with that one comment right there. So if you disagree, get at Polly in the comments here, but was not expecting that.
Yeah. A little backstory. Actually, Nick and I were talking about this the other day in the car. I actually am not a fan of Christmas music, and there's a reason. You have to understand, I was a hostess at Walt Disney World for over 20 years, And from November 1st to January 15th, they would play holiday music. So after a while, Christmas music was just background noise. And it just, I can't even listen to it in the car anymore because it just brings back, weeks and weeks and weeks of listening to the same tracks over and over again. It doesn't matter if it's something new or something old. It just all of a sudden I just go, oh no. And it brings me back to working, 10, 12 hours a day just listening to the same track again over and over.
I think that's a very understandable reason why maybe you avoid the Christmas music. I love
Let's step this way. Yeah. Well, we're kind of stepping out of the way here for you. I got something kind of special for you. I have one of our chefs with us. That her name is Danielle Cuff. She has actually been a recipient of what the Giving Kitchen does. So I'm going to hand her my phone and kind of let her kind of explain what happened and what the Giving Kitchen was able to do for her. And Brian Schroeder just showed up. He's talking to Chef Nick in the parking lot, so we can cut there if you need to when we're done.
Sounds great. We look forward to hearing from Danielle and Brian.
All right, here we go.
Hi.
Hi, Danielle.
Hey. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. So I guess I should just start.
Well, let me set it up like this for you, Danielle. So we're on here on a telethon raising money for the Giving Kitchen. A lot of the folks who will be viewing this either live or later today or when the recording posts may not be familiar with the Giving Kitchen, and this may be the first time that they're maybe presented with what the Giving Kitchen is. So maybe Danielle, if you could share a little bit about what your experience was and how the Giving Kitchen actually benefited your life and helped you out.
Sure. So at the time, I hadn't heard about them, and I actually, from a friend of a coworker, she recommended that I apply for a grant, and so I went online, and it was a super easy process. At the time, I was making enough money, but just one accident really threw a loop for me, and I was out about a month. So what happened is they gave me the grant to help pay my bills, and it really, really helped. I was been behind a year on bills and things like that. It's just a domino effect, and they were able to make it so I didn't have that much issue.
That's fantastic. And
That's
so Danielle,
wonderful.
the process for you when you needed the assistance, you said was very easy. It was an application you could fill out online.
Yep, and they just asked some simple financial information, and it really, really was quick. It took me maybe 30 minutes to do, and they were very communicative, and there was no issues.
Now, for those people who are watching this and looking at making a donation and supporting the Giving Kitchen, maybe from your own personal experience, being able to get that relief when you needed it, how did that affect your world, and how much did that really change your ability to just live your life?
Oh, well, it prevented me from getting evicted, so that would have been a huge issue.
Wow.
Yeah, and at the time, it just I can't tell you how helpful it was to just know that someone was there to help and to have a community that they could at least talk to me. And I think I've worked in other cities where this doesn't exist, and it makes such a difference on the community, and the chefs and other cooks feel like they're taken care of, or they have some kind of option. It just helps ease a lot of stress.
I mean, and doesn't it feel more like a community when you know that you can count on your fellow chefs and food service workers in the Giving Kitchen when you're in need?
Yeah, for sure. I can't tell you how strong the community in Atlanta is, and I think Giving Kitchen is a big part of that. Truly. It's nice, and they're local people, and they have a great message. There's just so much about it that is just so much good that we need in this world, Yeah.
I mean, Danielle, it warms my heart hearing you say that. Again, it warms my heart, not just because of the time of year it is, but because there are real people. You are a real person who, like you said, you were fine until something out of your control, an accident happened that set you back. And if it wasn't for the support of people giving to the Giving Kitchen. Again, things would be very different for you in this moment. And fortunately, you were able to stay in your home and be able to sort of right the ship and keep things moving in the right direction during that difficult time. And I hope anyone who's watching this and hearing your story knows that, again, you're a real person. This isn't like a far off, like, I hope my money makes it to someone who needs it sort of thing. This is a like tangible person in the community in Atlanta right here who benefited from it.
Yeah, for sure. And I really appreciated it.
We
Danielle,
really
we appreciate.
you
Oh, go ahead,
donating.
Anja. Sorry.
I was going to say, we really appreciate you donating your time today. We thank you for all your preparation and just being there. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I want people to know that they should donate. This is such a good cause. I've seen a lot of different places where the money takes a while to get to people, or it just doesn't work out well. And I can tell you that the money that you put into this will go to really, really good causes, and it'll go quickly and to the people that need it.
Danielle, we appreciate you sharing your story. I have to believe that you sharing your story is going to lead to money being funneled into the Giving Kitchen that's going to benefit a bunch of people. And so I hope you're able to today know that not only the efforts that you're doing to feed people there on site at Eastlake, the amount of good that you're doing there. Again, my background, you don't know me from a hole in the wall, but there was a point in my life when I was reliant on these sort of services and opportunities as a child. So obviously you're making an impact on your community right there in that exact moment, but the impact that you're making with your peers and your colleagues by sharing your story, again, it's folks that you may never meet or never know that are going to benefit from your willingness to open up about that.
Yeah, I hope it brings some more good into this world.
I have to believe it will. Danielle, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for supporting and putting your efforts to good use today and feeding 3,500 people.
All right. Thank you too. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Take care, Danielle.
Hey, all right. So I have some more pictures to take for Miss Megan out there so we can get some more pictures out and about. So I do know Brian Schroeder is on the property. I believe he's in the clubhouse at the moment, but at least we have somebody from Giving Kitchen finally here on property. So we'll chime back in just a little bit.
Sounds good. We look forward to that, and we'll look forward to speaking with Brian here in a moment, and we'll see you shortly.
All right. Sounds great.
Hey, thanks, Polly.
Thanks,
all right,
Polly.
thanks.
So this is perfect timing. So we're joined by the James Camacho himself at this exact moment. Hey, James, welcome to the telethon.
James, can you hear us? James, can you hear us? Hold on, let me.
Well, while we work out those technical difficulties and Anja gets a hold of James, I just want to comment a little bit on what we heard from Danielle here a moment ago. I just think it's wonderful that she was willing to share her story, share what the Giving Kitchen meant to her. That's a real person, guys. Like if you're watching this, it's a real person who needed help, who got help when they needed it. And so if you're wondering, hey, is the Giving Kitchen the right place for my money? I work really hard for money.
There you are.
Is that the place I want to be giving it to? The answer is
you can't hear me though, can you?
No, we can hear you now, James. Welcome to the telethon. Can you hear us?
Oh, can you hear us, James? Okay, that was strange. Okay.
Okay, I think he's off, and maybe we'll get him back here shortly. But just again to finish that thought, Danielle, thank you for sharing. If you heard Danielle's story, I don't know how you can't be moved by that. Like, again, she was going to be evicted if the support of the Giving Kitchen wasn't there.
Yeah.
And fortunately it was. Fortunately, the generosity of folks from within the industry had created funds and monies that were available to support and nurse those exact needs. And that's one of thousands upon thousands of stories. I won't steal the thunder from when we hear from Brian later on, but since March the 10th, the Giving Kitchen has provided $737,000+ in financial assistance to 438 food service workers in crisis. I mean, that's just staggering to hear.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's staggering to hear. And it's due to the support of people like you who are watching this and considering making a donation. And it's not people making a $10,000 donation. It's people making a $5 donation, people making a $10 donation, people setting up reoccurring giving. Hey, James, welcome to the telethon.
Hey, how are you? How's everybody today?
Good. Your timing is perfect. We were just commenting. We had Chef Danielle join us from on-site at Eastlake. She has been someone who has benefited from the generosity of others in the Giving Kitchen during a time of need that helped prevent her from being evicted. And so we were able to hear that real life story, and I think it's a great segue into notably about not all that long ago, Camacho and Associates made a very public commitment to the Giving Kitchen. And I would love to hear maybe your thoughts and your heart around why you made that decision and maybe how you can encourage other folks and companies to partner with the Giving Kitchen.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm on my phone. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Zoom meetings right now, I cannot connect or hear what people are saying, or they can't hear me on Zoom meetings being remote like I am. But anyway, so we're here. We'll figure it all out eventually. Modern technology is wonderful when it works, right?
Exactly.
But no, Anja brought this to us a couple of months ago, saying we need to do something to help. And it's a great opportunity for us to give back to the community that supports us. I mean, Westlake, we have worked on several projects down there over the years, and all, country clubs all across the Atlanta area, plus the state that we've worked on, and restaurants and different projects over the years. So this is a way for us to give back to people who, through no fault of their own, need some extra help. And we've all been there at one time or the other, and it could be like, a medical issue where they can't work or something and they need some help there, just paying bills, paying the rent, getting the car fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. You got to get to work, and, it's just a great way for us to help and give back to the industry that has helped us over the years. I went back and looked at it a couple years ago, and I was trying to look at it this year, and I'm going to have Anja to help me because I really would like to know how we're doing at the end of the year. But we're a 60 or 58-year-old firm now, and I would probably say that we are very close to, if not exceeding, over 5,000 projects and kitchens that we have designed in all of those years. And in my 41 years now, my goodness, I know that I've had my hand in probably about 4,500 of them, in some way or another, since many years going by. So,
and you still are a part of every single project. You oversee all projects. So technically he's a part of every project.
Yeah, well, I got my fingers in all of them, and a lot of them I've designed over the years, and we've been fortunate to work with some great chefs, great projects. I mean, like I said, just even on the country club, and outside of hotels, Anja, you recently looked at how many country clubs we've done around, and of course we've done them all over the country and internationally, but it's hundreds of them. So, like I said, we've been fortunate there. But anyway, and I don't know if you can see it or hear it, but the leaf blowers out there blowing leaves all over my windows too. So
that's part of Zoom calls. That's the added ambiance that you get.
That's right.
Yes.
But
Well,
anyway, yeah. So no, I was going to say, I know that Jose was down at Eastlake or Westlake earlier today.
Yeah. So we Jose will be presenting a check to both the ACF and the Giving Kitchen on behalf of CGA reps today. James, just so you know, we are, this telethon is to raise money for the Giving Kitchen, that we are going to have a deadline put on the 31st. Again, the Giving Kitchen will take your money throughout the year. You can set up various ways to donate to them. If you want to be a part of this effort and this event, you can get a hold of myself or Anja, Polly or Chef Nick with the ACF and Eastlake to pledge a donation. We're going to try to get as many people and as much money from the food service industry to help support the food service industry through this effort. And again, we're telling people you can donate as much as you want, or as little as $5, whatever you feel moved to give, or whatever you're able to give. We're just helping people know that it's going to a good cause, and that their money, their hard-earned money, is going to be used in a very beneficial way. And again, Camacho's support and endorsement of the Giving Kitchen goes a long way, because I think the industry looks, James, to you, as you had mentioned, 5,000 plus jobs that you've designed and that you've had your hand in, as far as making recommendations and different directions. Again, there's an expertise that comes with Camacho Associates and James Camacho specifically, right? And so when James Camacho says, "Hey, you should put your money in the Giving Kitchen," people listen, right? So besides being involved in so many different jobs, being so influential in the industry, I think it was very important for people to know and see that the Giving Kitchen is something that's important to you and to Camacho as well.
Well, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad that Anja was able to find it and bring that to us, and it's a great thing for us to do this year, and we're all about it and happy and willing to do what we can. So, and when we were talking with Kathy this morning, she said, just let us know. We will have something written by the check written and ready to go, or a Venmo, or however, but beginning of next week. Okay.
Fantastic, James. Thanks for hopping on and sharing your heart a little bit about your partnership with the Giving Kitchen. Is there any last thoughts you'd like? Again, this is being recorded, so we're gonna have a bunch of people looking at this later. A bunch of different equipment manufacturers, hopefully not just ones represented by CGA reps, but equipment manufacturers throughout the industry, a bunch of different rep groups, dealers. As you're speaking to the industry as an authoritative voice from the industry, is there something or lasting thought you'd like them to hear from you on this?
I'm just sitting here listening to you going, wow, it sounds like I'm really important, but I'm just one of those people in the food service industry, and together we can all, really make a difference here for folks that need it. And that's what we're going to try and do. And we will be looking at, next week, getting something out. And we'll probably decide this week what we're going to do. And then if we can get it out this week, we'll do that too. And then I'll talk with Anja, and she'll tell me where I'm supposed to send it, or how we're supposed to do it. So, well, okay,
James, we appreciate that, and we appreciate you as a leader of the industry and taking the lead on this. And I have to believe there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be kind of following and doing this, and there's going to be a lot of good that comes from it. So, James, thank you again. Thanks for hopping on the call and sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We'll talk to everybody later.
Right.
Merry Christmas. See you
Merry
soon.
Christmas,
Okay.
James. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, so Anja, before we had our special guest hop on there, you were talking a little bit about what Camacho does, and I think that's just kind of perfect timing that James was on there talking a little bit about 5,000 jobs and designs that have been done, which is not a small number. Like it's hard to wrap your head around that. And so when you have that sort of portfolio, there's probably nothing that you guys can't do. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much. We pretty much will do any commercial kitchen out there, with the exception of, hey, Chef Nick.
Hey guys.
Hey Chef, how's it going? How's everything there on the grounds at Eastlake?
Doing well. We actually have a couple of groups that have stopped by that are chefs and partners of ours and members. and they're picking up, believe it or not, they're picking up meals and taking it and delivering it to some of the homeless areas in the DeKalb and Atlanta area.
Nice.
I guess that's what our members do. So yeah, they're
That's
picking
awesome.
up 50 box bags, 50 meals, cakes, pies, and delivering to those that can't make it.
That's
And
awesome.
everything. Yeah, they can't reach us. We're going to reach them. So they're taking a couple of meals. I've got plenty. So I told them, please drive up and pick up what you can. So it's been a fantastic effort.
Hey, Chef, real quick, as we're talking
Yes.
about delivering meals to the homeless and trying to make sure that these hot meals get delivered to people who need them still hot, I can't help but think of, it's a good way to transport those hot meals?
I can only imagine.
How about a Metro Mighty Light?
Oh, I love it. In fact, actually, two of the deliveries are using the two that I have in my kitchen. So yeah, they're transporting them in the Mighty Light. So that's actually a good point.
That's fantastic. I'll get
a picture of it.
Yes, I want a picture of that. I couldn't help but take that opportunity. I mean, it was just teed up there right there for me.
You just walked right into that one, didn't you?
That's right. So
Yep.
Chef Nick, we just had an opportunity to talk with James Camacho regarding why Camacho and Associates stepped into their partnership with the Giving Kitchen.
Fantastic.
And I guess as we lead into, making those donations, I know the ACF is presenting a check to the Giving Kitchen later today as well. When we talk about what it's like to give and be able to do that and support an organization like the Giving Kitchen, I know, how can I say this? I want to say this eloquently, and I'm not sure I have the words for it. What emotions are you filled with in those when you are giving and when you're going through these efforts and you're cooking food? And I guess I'm asking this as someone who saw the great Mr. Arnold Palmer himself dedicate much of his life and give so much to so many people, and to see that in someone else. What kind of emotions are you filled with as you're able to kind of step into those shoes and do those behaviors?
The emotions that I usually feel in everything is that of just being lucky. Hard work is a great thing, and doing what you do is phenomenal, and reaching a level of professionalism is fantastic, but you want to be able to go ahead and do something more, I guess, to fulfill your abilities in life as an individual. You want to leave a mark on this planet that's better and bigger than you. And working with Arnold Palmer as long as I did for 21 years and being involved and around people, I feed the elite. I feed people and everything that could eat anywhere in the world. I want to go ahead and be able to go ahead and use my skills for not only to feed those people that can go anywhere they want, but for people who can't go anywhere. So that was my biggest draw, is I really want to make sure that I was giving back. So it makes me feel good to be able to give everything. And like I said, the word I can describe is just lucky. I feel lucky to be able to do what I do as a chef. And not giving back doesn't feel right. So that's the biggest point. Everything is that's my biggest deal, is I always want to make sure I give back. And like I said, partnering with the Giving Kitchen is a perfect blend for that. I mean, hands down. So it's fantastic. Which leads in perfectly, if you like everything, I actually have somebody from the Giving Kitchen with me right now.
Oh, fantastic. We'd love to meet him.
Yep. So what we were able to do is I was able to reach out to a good friend of mine who is the executive director for the Giving Kitchen, Brian Schroeder. Fantastic gentleman that runs the foundation there. Everything keeps all the wheels greased, everything kind of moving in the direction that it needs to. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on here in a second. Everything he can express to you a little bit more about what the Giving Kitchen does. He's a lot more elegant at describing the Giving Kitchen on all their funds and how they do things. So I'll definitely bring them to do that. So Brian, come on over and everything. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to Brian Schroeder. He's the executive director for the Giving Kitchen. So we have Brian here. Hey guys.
Hey Brian.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going really well. We so I just kind of want to update you what we're doing here. So we are doing an old school telethon. This is being recorded. We are trying to get as many folks from within the food service industry itself. So specifically on the equipment side, those are sort of the reach that we have. To as they look at the end of the year, where their donations are going, and help them understand there's a great organization out there called the Giving Kitchen, who we're finding a lot of folks still don't know about the incredible efforts that you're doing. So this telethon is maybe the introduction to a lot of folks around what the Giving Kitchen is, or at least a reminder to some who maybe have either forgotten about it, or like they're getting distracted with all the holiday buzz, right? And like the Christmas shopping and this and that. And so we're trying to help remind folks around all the good that they can do with their money. And so we would love for you to share maybe with everyone who will be watching this what the Giving Kitchen is, the role that you play in our community, and why they should look to partner and give their hard-earned money to the Giving Kitchen.
Absolutely. And there's also a lot of great new updates for us to share. So for one, Giving Kitchen covers any food service worker in the state of Georgia. So that's new for a lot of people. Also, we're not just restaurants. We do concessions, catering, food trucks, and cafeteria. And so we need help from the equipment manufacturers, the sales reps, to getting that information into the community, because I know that there's people who are in a cafeteria setting who do not know that Giving Kitchen will help them. The other part is to know that Giving Kitchen isn't just about the dollar. We also have what we call our stability network. So this is where someone can get financial assistance from Giving Kitchen, or connected to a battered women's shelter, a homeless shelter, a dentist who's going to provide sliding scale services, mental health support, physical health support, health screenings, vaccinations. So Giving Kitchen's doing a lot more than just the kind of concept of a foundation where we give people money. It really is a crisis mitigation center for anyone who works in food service. Right now, we serve the state of Georgia. You know, we're really excited to grow into the state of Tennessee in 2021. And then over the next 5 years, we'll be in at least 5 states across the Southeast, if not much more.
That's
fantastic.
Incredible. That's so incredible. We've been on here. We're almost 2 hours in at this point, Brian. So we've been sharing all sorts of good stuff, and I want to get back to specific the Giving Kitchen, but we've asked everyone on here so far favorite Christmas movie.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's got to be Die Hard.
Yes.
So we've got the argument is officially dead. We're calling it now. Polly said Die Hard earlier. The argument is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? The argument's over. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. You heard it here.
Yeah, you were the top split decision. Right on. Yep. Exactly.
Brian, so we have for those who are familiar with the Giving Kitchen, and for what you just shared, the work is incredible. The assistance is immediate. We had someone on here earlier, Miss Danielle, who was a benefactor of the Giving Kitchen while in need. If you could share maybe with everyone who's logging on here, just the scope of those within our community who you've been able to serve and who you hope to continue to reach. Because I think it's easy for us sometimes, if it's out of sight, out of mind. Could you maybe share with folks just in maybe 2020 alone?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So in 2020 alone, Giving Kitchen has had over 2,500 clients receive a direct and measurable service from Giving Kitchen. By the end of the year, we'll come close to providing over $1 million in financial assistance. For people who receive money from Giving Kitchen, over 70% say that we help prevent an eviction. So what Giving Kitchen is doing, it's not this niche thing just for restaurant workers. It's about homelessness prevention. It's about mental health, physical health, and it's about disaster assistance. And so, you know, people say, well, why food service? And this is something that people on the call already know the answer to. Yep. It's an industry where anyone who can work hard can get a job, regardless of your education or your criminal background. This is the last of the middle class. This is where we have upward mobility. We all know the person who is a dishwasher, who rose up to manager, who is now running their own restaurant. And where else in our economy, where else in our community does that happen? It's also where there's traction between the people who are going to support this industry and the people who are working in it. I mean, where else can you find the major donors, the distributors, the restaurant groups, the beer people, the liquor people, the wine people, and our individual donors? They're interfacing with the people we serve every day, and they get to tell our story every time they walk into a restaurant or get takeout. So we're really fortunate. We look forward to just getting and continuing to improve our model in Georgia. And in the next 10 to 15 years, we're going to be a national organization that is as visible and vibrant and as important as some of the best nonprofits in our community, from American Cancer Society to some of the other organizations that are making a big impact. So, supporting Giving Kitchen today, you get to say that you were there first, that we were a part of this family before we spread across the United States.
That's
and
so
it's
awesome.
needed. And it's needed.
That's it. That's it. I mean, Brian, that's so well said. And again, Nick gave the lead in that you're going to say it much more eloquently than any of us could. And we've been trying to say that for 2 hours, what you just said in 2 minutes. And so we appreciate you hopping on and sharing that. We appreciate you ending the argument of Die Hard being a Christmas movie. And more than anything, we appreciate what you're doing for our community. Again, I can tell you, I've shared a little bit of this on here, my story when I was a child. I was raised by a single mom who had some needs, and we were the benefactors of charity, right? I was the benefactor of the support of some great friends and family last year when my wife was ill with cancer. But I was fortunate that we had a lot of great people around us, and I know that not everybody has that safety net to fall back on. And so what the Giving Kitchen is doing right here in Atlanta, soon to be Tennessee, and soon to be all across our country is important. It's relevant, and it's just fantastic to see you helping in such a tangible and noteworthy way. And so we appreciate everything you're doing. We appreciate all the hard work. We appreciate the love and support that you're giving so many people. And the reach is, again, immense. And the amount of people that are going to benefit from the Giving Kitchen goes beyond just the 2,500 clients and $1 million received. It's spreading tenfold every single time someone's touched. And so
thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Of course, we'll let you guys get back to the hard work of feeding people on the ground. Brian, we're going to see you here in a little bit when my colleague Jose, we are proud to be able to present a check to you here later on. So we look forward to that, and we'll see you guys here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Take care. Well, Anja, I don't know how that doesn't just touch you and hit you in all the feels there, right?
I don't know how it can't. It's really exciting to know that they are growing beyond Georgia, and I love hearing their 5-year plan. That's just amazing. And listening to just one person, Danielle, that just made me happy knowing that the Giving Kitchen was able to help her. And so so often when we donate, we feel good, but it makes me feel extra good when I know that it's being given to somebody and it made a difference. So often we don't hear that other side, so it was really special to hear, her. And it was just wonderful hearing from Brian and of course, Chef Nick and Chef Polly and just everybody doing their part today. But just hearing all the lives that they're touching. And how neat was that Chef Nick has had some of his fellow chefs bring food to the homeless for people who can't make it today. So that's just outstanding.
It's there's just so many things about our industry and about our community that's just so awesome, right? And it's
a very generous industry.
It is. And I don't want to strong arm anybody into a donation, right? Like that's not the purpose of what's going on here today. But if you watch that and you are not moved to donate, you are an evil person. You are the Grinch. I mean, even the Grinch becomes good at the end of the movie, right? So
maybe their hearts will be turned.
That's right. So if you have $5, right? Like if you have the ability to do it, right? If you can find that money, right? Like, and I'm not saying don't tip the barista today, but if you have an extra cup of coffee money lying around, any little bit helps. It will go to a good cause. It's helping real people in our community. It's helping the Giving Kitchen grow and reach more people in other communities.
Well, and I love how it's their hearts have extended to the different areas. So it's not just chefs, it's cafeteria workers. I mean, we just got done doing, a program for schools, so cafeteria workers, food trucks, just there's so many people that we don't realize that we interact with every single day. that are working because they're trying to put food on their table, and imagining something happening to them and taking them out of their only opportunity to be able to pay the bills. So whatever you can, donate, and you don't have to donate, like Corey said, it doesn't have to be a lot. And maybe, like, here's another thing. Like, I love going to Home Goods and TJ Maxx and all that. And I know that Home Goods is donating to St. Jude's this year. And so they had said, hey, would you like to donate to St. Jude's? And so I'll often say, can I round up my bill? Because I said, I'm already giving to the Giving Kitchen this year. I said, that's the charity of my choice this year, but definitely please round up my bill so I can also give to St. Jude. So, that might only be 29 cents. That might be 79 cents, what have you, but every little penny counts is what my point is. So it doesn't have to be a lot, but please choose to give to the Giving Kitchen. It's a great organization.
It really is. And there's again, it's never going to be a situation where you're ever going to regret making that donation. You're not going to regret the $5, the $10, the $100, whatever you feel moved to give. Again, we're not here to strong arm you. We're just here to help encourage you and point you in a direction of, if you're looking to give, if you want to make a purchase this year that's going to be more rewarding than most.
Well, let's talk about some of the other donations that you could give. So $500, I believe, is their when you take a look at, so they have, some of the bigger donations are 500, 1,000, and 1,800. So I believe, let me find something else here. I believe that, the 1,000 is what they typically say for somebody's mortgage. And then the $1,800 is more for the foundation. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Let me see if I can find my backup notes on that. But let's see, hold on. Yep, so it's $1,800 covers an average Giving Kitchen financial award. $1,000 often pays the rent or mortgage of a food service worker in crisis. $500 is enough to typically cover essential housing utilities, such as the lights, the water, and so forth. So, but it doesn't have to be that amount. But if you feel extra generous, those are some dollar amounts that you can consider that will make a huge impact.
Yeah, and for those who are watching this and you're looking at maybe even a bigger scope, right? Like, and I want to be careful how I say this. I think we're bless you. Bless you. We're 2+ hours in, so hopefully y'all know my heart at this point. If you know of companies who are supporting these causes, I encourage you to support those companies, right? So Anja with Camacho Associates, I know for, was it November and December, you were giving a portion of certain bids and certain jobs to the Giving Kitchen. Again, feel good about partnering with a company like Camacho when they're willing to give money to causes like that. We're donating a check, or we're presenting a check to the Giving Kitchen today, as well as the ACF. We feel very proud that we're able to help provide some of the resources for the meals today. But that's as a result of with Isomatic, who helped donate money to every that was sold in Georgia throughout the state of the year, right? So that's a big deal.
Hey, Corey.
Jeff?
Hey, I got somebody here and everything.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Hey, that's CGA's very own Jose Herrera.
Yep. So, hey, I wanted to go ahead and allow him real quick and everything to present a check to the Giving Kitchen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So everything before Brian has to go ahead and head out to go ahead and keep the wheels greased over at the Giving Kitchen. I want to make sure we go ahead and get something for him.
Hey, Brian,
Yep.
Good to see you, Jose.
Well, here,
You got a lot of sun right here.
So we want to make a contribution, for folks at CGA, for everybody here, things you guys are doing. So we appreciate your efforts, and here you are, sir.
Thank you
Keep
very
doing
much.
what you're doing.
I want to, like, virtual.
Yeah, I know. Right? need it. But so this is amazing work you guys are doing. And so when Chef talked to us about it, said, we got to do something.
Yeah,
anything.
So what I can say is that this money is going right back into the community. So this check is going to your customers. This check is going to people who keep restaurants running. And really and truly, this is helping keep someone's lights on, helping keep someone in their house, so that after they have a crisis, they're able to come back to work and be an important part of your team. And they're not worrying, how am I going to get out of this homeless shelter? How am I going to get off my friend's couch? They're home. They've been at home. They've healed. We just talked to the chef who said one of the best parts about Giving Kitchen was that she was able to stay at home and heal, and so she doesn't have scars in her legs. Because if it wasn't for Giving Kitchen, she would have gone back too soon, pushed herself, and for the rest of her life carried the weight of it. So thank you guys for being there for food service workers in crisis.
Absolutely.
No, we're
along
glad
the same
that.
line, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and as the ACF, we also have a check for the Giving Kitchen and everything from our previous golf tournament, everything to give the Giving Kitchen, everything to, again, help them continually do the things that they do. Okay. So again, on behalf of the ACF, another check and everything to help keep the wheels greased, as I say. Yeah. Let's keep them rolling. Okay. So again, everything. Thank you guys for everything you guys are doing.
Yeah,
and
Brian.
Again, please feel free, like I said, give to the Giving Kitchen as much as possible.
Yeah, Brian, thank you for all that you do with running the Giving Kitchen. I know you're doing it with a great team of people there who are helping to execute the amazing work and the plan. And so we're just thankful for all that you do and thankful for the support that you're giving our community. And we're excited to see that love spread again to Tennessee in 2021 and throughout the country over the next 5 years.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Awesome, Nick. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Hold on. One more thing, Chef.
Yep.
Same.
Oh, see, there you go. Everything. So same.
For the efforts from the ACF and all the guys here doing great work. We also would like to make a contribution to you guys.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Bigger and larger every year, and the folks at the club for allowing us to do this as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it and everything. Again, thank you to CGA reps and everything and their reps and their lovely contributors. We really appreciate it, everything that they're doing, continually doing what you guys do and everything. And again, support the community.
Absolutely.
No.
Especially
Jose, thank you.
In this year.
Yeah.
Jose, thank you for representing CGA today and presenting those checks. Chef Nick, thank you for all that you do at the ACF. You and Polly are incredible and are leading the ACF in a lot of very positive ways and doing so many great things for the community. And we're just so appreciative of all that you do and so proud of all that you do. And we're glad to be a partner in supporting that.
Well, thank you very much, Aaron. Appreciate you guys. Thanks again.
You guys take care. Stay safe.
All right, you too.
Raise some money, Corey.
So why don't we step back to near the light?
So Anja, that's perfect timing. We were just talking about it. So I'll feel comfortable saying this here. With the support of Isomatic, that's where a lot of this came from. And that they ran with us, where we were able to raise $75 for every ice machine that was sold in Georgia during this. Nice. That being said, we were able to donate $1,800 today to the Giving Kitchen.
Fantastic. That's wonderful.
So we're excited. The check that you saw presented was for $1,800. We were also able to present the check for $1,500 to the ACF today to provide some of the supplies needed to create those meals.
That's fantastic. Oh,
thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. And so we don't, the purpose of saying that isn't any sort of pat on the back. We would have done it with fanfare. It's something that's near and dear to our heart and a big part of who CGA Reps is and the team that we have. And I'm very proud of our team.
Right.
The reason I'm sharing that is I want to encourage other people to donate. Like it doesn't have to be a $10,000 donation. It doesn't. No. It can be anything. If you want to make a donation on behalf of the company or personally, you can do that. You can do it however you want.
And let's remind everybody again how to reach out to us. So you can reach out to myself, Anja K at CamachoUSA.com. That's ANJAK at CamachoUSA.com, or Corey.
Yep, you can reach me at C Ferger. So that's C as in Corey, F as in Frank, ER, G as in green, like the color of money, ER at CGA Reps. So that's C as in Corey, G as in green, A as in Apple, Reps, R, E is an elephant, P is in Paul, S is in Sam.com. Again, if you're watching this, you probably know how to get a hold of us, but we're running this through the 31st of this month. So if you want to make a donation to the Giving Kitchen, they'll take your money all year long. We don't want to discourage you from doing that at all. But what we're trying to do is raise as much money from our reach and our network within the food service world, specifically on the equipment side, to be able to present to the Giving Kitchen in early 2021. Again, we'll do a separate event or video where we're able to showcase how much money we raised through this effort. But again, if you want to be a part of this, if you want to have your name tied to this, if you want to know that what you're doing is for a bigger purpose and a bigger cause, please reach out to Anja or myself. Please pledge a donation, big or small, and we'll be happy to have you be a part of this and know that your money is going to help people like Danielle, who we heard from today, or help Brian, the executive director, who we just spoke with, do so many wonderful and incredible things. Again, he said $1 million. Like, that's like an Austin Powers moment where he was like, 1 million, right? Like, so it's like, it's real tangible good. And so again, it's a 50C3. We're still like 2+ hours into it. We can't get the acronym right. Doesn't matter. We're not here for acronyms. It's a charitable donation that is able to be a tax write-off. So if you need to lower your taxable income at this point to avoid some penalties, this is a great place to throw the money to, because you can write it off. 50C3.
Yes.
We got it. Again, and that might be the best place for us to wrap this thing. So Anja K at CamachoUSA.com.
Yes.
C Ferger at CGAreps.com. Pledge $5, $10, $1,000, whatever you want to give, whatever you're capable of giving. We heard from Chef Nick and we heard from Polly from the ACF today. Again, I would strongly encourage you, if you don't partner with the ACF, to do so, right? It's such a great organization. They're doing so many great things with supporting the Giving Kitchen, with supporting the communities. From a professional standpoint, there's no better way for your dollars and your marketing dollars to go than to support the ACF. The expertise and insight that comes with that group is immense and unmatched anywhere in the industry. Anja, is there anything that you want to leave everyone with as a parting note?
Well, just to have a safe and happy holidays, and a healthy one at that, and to know that, when you give, hopefully it comes from your heart. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year. Have a safe New Year. Know that again, this is going to go for so much good. We're going to help so many people who are in our industry. This is an opportunity for us on the equipment side of the industry to give back to our industry. And again, I hope everyone knows that there's a real opportunity here to do something great and do something bigger than all of us. And I know we get wrapped up in the hubbub of, if you're, Anja Camacho, figuring out design jobs, or if you're me trying to figure out how to sell one more Metro Mighty Light pan carrier. But this is one of those moments in our industry where we can stop, look at the bigger picture, and realize there's something bigger than all those efforts. And again, it doesn't take anything more.
It feels good to give.
That's right. That's right.
And it's it fills your spirit, and especially during these times, it just it seems to lighten the load. Yes.
And I want to give a big shout out again to Isomatic. Again, they're a big reason for why we're able to celebrate and make the donation on our end. It's companies like Isomatic who we would encourage you to support, obviously, because one, we represent them, and we would love to sell you an ice machine. There's really some incredible benefits to owning an Isomatic ice machine. Personally, near and dear to my heart is the fact that it takes like 5 minutes to fully disassemble and clean and sanitize. If you work in a restaurant, you know how hard it is to clean and sanitize an ice machine. So being able to do that so quickly is a huge benefit. But there's a lot of great companies out there who are doing good. Find those companies who are aligned with your values and your beliefs, and support them. Again, as we look at differentiation and where you should spend your money professionally, and if you're looking at buying equipment, we hope that you look at those places who are supporting the industry, and we'd like to believe that we're one of them. So with that little sales plug, I will go ahead and sign us off for this first ever telethon. I can't think of another Zuma telethon thing of majigger that I've seen in 2020. So I guess someone has to be the first, right?
You know what? Let it be you. Let it be CGA. Let it be.
Anja, thank you for being such a great host, and
thank you for being a wonderful co-host.
well, thank you. I appreciate your willingness to do this. I appreciate James sharing his heart. I appreciate your desire to again support the Giving Kitchen and the commitment that Camacho has made to that. And so, Anja, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing all your donations and charitable efforts from everyone watching this here in 2020 and beyond.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie now.
No.
Take care.
Bye.